Okay, guys, so if you guys might have known already, I'm into the amusement parks. But something you guys probably also may or may not know is I'm really into water parks, actually. I am more into water parks as of now than I am into amusement parks. I've never really been into amusement parks. However, I've really been into the water park field. Um, so I kind of wanted to give a little bit of more of my information because past few weeks I've been able to scroll through Facebook and all that of my parents and all that, my siblings. I could see the photos because I've never seen these photos before that I'm gonna show you in this video, maybe video or two. Um, because I haven't been into Facebook that long. I'm just a young teen, but I'm trustful. I'm not the punk. I'm not a punky teen. Anyway, this is quite a long story, but anyway. Thank you guys, by the way, for tuning in. Make sure to hit that subscribe button because that really helps me out a lot. Like, I don't know where I'd be without you guys who subscribe to me and support me. If we get up to 400 subscribers, I don't know, I'll do something. I'll do something just as special as what I'm doing right now, giving you guys my stories. Anyway, let's get into this. We're already a minute in, and I haven't even gotten to talk about this stuff. Anyway, so basically in August of 2014, I went to my first ever water park and my first ever official amusement park with Santa's Village in Jefferson, New Hampshire. Now, the water park at the time was pretty new. It was only 4 years old. It was nearly five. It wasn't even 5 years old yet. Um, but it was like I think we went. I think around 2014 was when they just installed the joyride slides, which were the first and currently the only slide tower at their Santa's Village water park. So the joyride slides, and then you had the Ho Ho H2O play structure, and that was the first water park I ever went to. That was all it was. There was no Elf's Lodge, changing rooms. There was no Polar Paradise. There was Poggy's Splash Pad. I just remembered. There was Poggy's Splash Pad and the water place, the big play structure. I think I really, as a 6-year-old at that time, I loved Poggy's Splash Pad. That was like my favorite part because it didn't have a massive bucket that dumped. It didn't have I mean, I went on the joyride slides, but I didn't go on the play structure much because I was worried the bucket that dumped was gonna be hard on me because I don't like sudden water falling on me. So, anyway. So that was the first water park I went to. I was like, after that visit, after leaving the water park, I was like, huh? Like, it was like I was so confused of it. I'd never been to a water park. I'd never seen a water park on the internet. And all my immediate result was just, huh? Like, that was all I was thinking. Was I'm like, what's this? What's that? That was all. I don't know if I'm gonna count this as an official water ride, but the first ever kind of water ride, kind of amusement park ride. But the first ever like ride I ever went on that had a steep drop. So technically, the first ever roller coaster I went on was actually the flume at Santa's Village, and I was able to find a slow mo clip of us riding the flume back in I believe 2018, 17, I don't know. And it was and I have a photo, but I don't have access to the photo right now. But maybe I'll post it on my Twitter because I have Twitter, guys. Now, if you guys didn't know that. So yeah, after that, I was like, man, because I didn't even know anything. I went to Massanutten in Virginia for annual thing. Annually, I went to Massanutten, Virginia, um, every year, and it was we've been going there, I believe, since 2012. Not really sure. I guess we've been there long enough though that we have photos, an actual album with actually printed photos, and we have like them in my mom's office, but I can't grab them right now. I don't feel like it, and I can't convert them to digital because they've already been converted from digital to, I was with my mom, by the way, when I did get those photos because we used to go to CVS and get them printed anyway. Sorry. The next part is a very long story. My next water park, my first ever indoor water park was at Massanutten. I never knew at the time, 6-year-old me never knew there was a water park there, let alone an indoor water park. I was like, there's indoor water parks. I was like, whoa, there's an indoor water park. That's kind of cool. I was as a 6-year-old, I specifically remembered that before my other visits, I used to think that the layout was You walked in, there was an arcade. You went down a flight of stairs to the first floor. It was like, I thought it was a 2-floor building. It's actually 3 floors. You went down the first floor, got your wristbands, paid the admission, obviously, and then go in. It's nice because you can look over the water park before you can go up to the 3rd floor. You enter on the 3rd floor because then it's partially underground. Go up the 3rd floor to there's a window so you can view the water park before you actually go downstairs to pay for it. You don't even have to because you can go in the arcade and not the water park. You can eat the little Blue Ridge Buffet. I don't remember the name of it. You eat at the Blue Ridge Buffet in the summer. It's an indoor restaurant, but it's only open. It's only summer season available. It's not available Labor Day to Memorial Day because they do like the RCI vacation timeshare tours, which I've done 3 times. No offense to any people, but I've done it 3 times and got free water park tickets because, we're not cheap. Oh, we're cheap. We want it to be cheap because we actually talk. I'm a person who actually talks to these people. So every time we went to the Blue Ridge Buffet breakfast, we'd always look over the water park and I always really talk up the water park and how much fun I was gonna have. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go on Peak Splash. Oh, I'm gonna go on Melting. I'm not gonna actually go on Melting Mogul, but I'm gonna go on like Country Cool and I'm gonna enjoy myself. Every slide I went on from 2015 all the way up until 2018. Well, 2017, I think, early 2000, like 2016 or 17. So like 2 years of riding water slides was either with my sister or with my brother. I didn't want to go on alone, obviously, except for the body slides. But those were I didn't do Avalanche after that. I only did Avalanche once and never again because that was super scary. I was like, I never liked dark slides. I just never liked them. I don't really today. I can live with them now, but Melting Mogul, I went on that thing as not even 11-year-old, a 10-year-old. I was like, this is quite scary. It's dark and it ends with like a 180-degree drop. It's like the steepest drop you could find on a water slide. It goes really deep. It's kind of like a 90-degree angle, but obviously it ain't because it's not all of a sudden like that. It's a really sharp curve into a really steep drop, and then and if you're a single tuber, like single rider, you don't even have enough because you go down such a straight drop. There's not enough force to push you out, so you have to wiggle yourself out of the bottom of the tube. When we first went there, I didn't do the slides because I thought it was like I didn't even know you could do the tube slides. Even like I saw my sister and my brother walking up the stairs. I didn't think about it, know what it is. So I realized after the visit that, oh wait, that's the stairs and the tubes are actually access to the tube slides and the body slides. But went on the tube slides the next year and enjoyed it. But my brother, pretty good story. When we were there the first time, and my brother went on Melting Mogul, the one with the really steep drop at the end. He unfortunately hit his head on the fiberglass. See that? At least you guys can kind of simulate in your mind on how steep that end drop was. Country Cooler had a pretty slim drop at the ending drop. Peak Splash had a pretty decent one, like the medium. Oh yeah, Peak Splash. I'll give you Peak Splash. They call it Peak Splash because number one, you go super fast. Well, all the slides always went pretty much the same speed, but the difference was Peak Splash had a big amount of water coming out of the bottom. Like you looked at it from the bottom pool, that you could see Melting Mogul and Country Cooler had just a pretty much regular amount of water coming out, but Peak Splash had pretty much a wave coming out of it. So before someone would shoot out of the Peak Splash tube at the bottom, there was this big wave it was like this big foot tall wave that would it was so crazy. But yeah, that was the first time I went to an indoor water park with Mastodon, so I'm very proud of that. And then we come into 2015, same thing, Santa's Village and Mastodon, and that was kind of annual because we did Mastodon always annually, and my dad started doing Santa's Village annually up until 18. I left there in 18, if anyone's wondering. And I think I showed you guys earlier the flume footage. My stepmom took us, I believe, 2017 or 18. I don't remember because we went as a group of 6 twice. But yeah. And then so in 2016 came our first like outside of like regular indoor water park, and that was Aquatopia. Now, the coolest part was number one, Aquatopia at the time. It's not, unfortunately, it's not this anymore, but at the time, it was the largest indoor water park in the Northeast with 13 indoor water slides originally. So that's that tells you something. So it was really expensive, and it only opened in April 2015. So it was literally a year old when I went there. I have photos from that visit. Um, because we went there a second time in 2018 for spring break. We haven't done that since, because that's once again that wasn't supposed to really be an annual thing. However, in 2017 I went to my in April 2017 we went to Splash Lagoon. It was however, this is probably another old. This is the oldest indoor water park I've been to, guys. Splash Lagoon has been around since 2004, and they just redid their play structure. So I guess RIP the original Splash Lagoon. It doesn't look the same again. I was lucky enough to be there in 2017 when it was had been 10 years. It was almost it was like 12, 13 years old at that point in time. But yeah, it was really old. That's like one of the oldest indoor water parks outside of Great Wolf Lodge, if anyone's wondering. Anyway, after Splash Lagoon, we still did the same old, Santa's Village and Massanutten. But then we rolled into 2018, and that was quite a year for me. I turned 10 in March, and in April, we made a comeback to Aquatopia, and that's where the photos from that I have there come from. And then when we do our summer Florida trip for the second time in a row, we decided to push Massanutten there. I think we were going to do Massanutten in Thanksgiving of 2018, but when Thanksgiving rolled around, my mom told me that we were told that wasn't gonna happen. And we were gonna do that in January, like January. So January 2019, that's what we did, and I spent New Year's Eve in Carrollton, Georgia. I didn't spend New Year's Eve in Massanutten because we had to go up to Georgia to see my grandparents because I guess they weren't doing well. So we went to see them and see how they were doing. We went to Waffle House with them. We did what they normally did, what they normally would do as if they're in Florida, because because I have a whole lot of family in Florida, guys. And I still haven't been to Disney World all the times I've been to Florida. That being like 7. I had 5, not 7. I've been going there since 2017. I last went there in August of 2021, and then I went there at the beginning of 2021. That was a lot of money, guys. We are not cheap, but that ain't good. Anyway, so we do Massanutten. However, the thing is, we go up to see my grandparents and and more family, some other family in Georgia at the time. We had some family in Georgia that they moved to because they weren't really doing well, so they moved to my relatives in Georgia because they were like gonna get them better. I don't think they did. I can't really say enough because it's kind of private information. But after that, we went back to Massanutten because we went there. We stayed at Massanutten for one night. But we were planning on staying there for I believe Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So 3 nights. No, 2. I don't know. We got there on a Thursday, so we spent Thursday night. No, wait. Sorry. We got there on a Wednesday night, so we spent Wednesday night and Thursday night at Massanutten. Spent Thursday doing snow tubing instead of the water park. I'm still really mad about that. And then after that, we just went home, and I had to miss the first week of school in 2019 because of that. But hey, every Thanksgiving since 2019, I've always been like, I'm supposed to be in Virginia right now at Massanutten Water Park, going on the water slides and very short lines instead of being at school doing work. Every year, every Thanksgiving since 2019, I've been doing it. I've been saying to myself that. I'm thinking that I'm supposed to be in Massanutten riding the water slides. And unfortunately, after that June 2018 visit, I never went back to a water park again. I went to Canobie Lake in 2019, but I feel 2020, 2021, and most of pretty early and mid 2022. No water park, no water slide. I went to Canobie Lake Park's water park in 2019, because that's when we switched from Santa's Village to Canobie, and we do that now. However, the lines for the slides were so long I didn't have a chance, unfortunately. I got to go on the Play Store, I didn't even get to go on those slides. But finally, I will give you this good news because it was so recent that I feel like this is the right time to do a video on my water park history. After 4.5 years of no water slides, I got to do a water slide for like the first time. The first one I did was with just a small little, the double slides, for like the toddlers. But I still did it. I didn't care about if it was for younger kids. You have little kids riding down the slides, followed by high schoolers going down the same slide. I did that for the first time in 4 years. And then I went for one tube slide. I'm waiting for a tube slide this time. I'm going to wait in this long line. And nothing's going to stop me because I'm not letting this come into 5 years with no water slide. Finally, that was my chance, and I got it. I got to take it, guys. I rode down that tube slide, and as I was riding down it, I closed my eyes, and I just smelled that great chlorine smell, because that's the smell I'm used to. That's a really memorable smell, because it makes me think of when I was at Massanutten, and chlorine was smelled throughout the entire facility. At least the indoor water park portion. You didn't smell. I don't think you smelled it from the like behind the glass windows observation area. But yeah, I guess that's what I can say because that's kind of why this has been more than 15 minutes long because I'm covering like my water park history from 2014 all the way up to 2022. That's not a lot of water parks, but it's still a lot of visits and a lot of experiences that I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys have been to Massanutten or Aquatopia or Splash Lagoon or Santa's Village or Canobie Lake, like any of these 5 water parks, comment down below. Really, and maybe start a conversation with someone else. I don't feel like talking to you guys in the comments. It's fun to talk to you, but not like all the time. So anyway, let's not turn this into a 20-minute video, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day.